Welcome guys to a whole new video, and in this video guys we're going to cover how you can install Robin, which is an AI powered dark web OSINT tool that is capable of scraping any data from the dark web. So before we start, I want to issue a disclaimer and say that this tool demonstrated in this video has been used for educative purposes, and any other person who may try to use this tool for their own research may be held responsible depending on their own legal jurisdiction. And like I said, interacting with dark web content is considered illegal in most countries, so be very careful with the type of content that you're going to extract from this dark web scraper tool. And also, some of this content may try and interact with your LLMs, so be very careful the sensitive content that you're going to push through your LLMs, because you're going to set up API keys to communicate with Robin. So that being said, I'm just demonstrating this video to showcase how you can use Robin, especially for security researchers in conducting the dark web investigations. So be very careful and make sure that you're complying with the legal framework of your country. So Robin will be installed on a secure compartmentalized operating system called Qubes. I chose Qubes because Qubes is a very secure operating system, and most of the traffic is routed via the Tor network, which is set up as the Unix gateway. So the demonstration is going to be done on Qubes. If you guys are not familiar with Qubes, or if you'd like a course on how you can access the dark web securely, anonymously, and privately using Qubes, I'll be dropping a new course very soon, and I'll share a course waiting list for those guys who are interested in joining the course. I'll be offering discounts for the selected guys who join the waiting list for the dark web course. So be on the lookout, and let's begin with our demonstration. And we'll start by setting up Docker in a Qubes template virtual machine. So we'll begin by running an update and also installing the certificate authorities. So run a sudo apt update. And also install the CA certificates. The next command is supposed to cover how you're going to add Docker's official GPG keys to your apt repository. So the GPG keys will be downloaded from the official Docker repository. Then after that, we're going to add Docker into apt repository. So we're going to give a command to add Docker into the apt repository. Then we'll update our repository lists using sudo apt update. The next step is the installation of Docker engine. using Docker Compose. So these specific commands adds Docker Compose plugin into your Docker container. Then for the next step, since we're using Qubes and we're running these commands on our template virtual machine, we're going to keep the specific Docker images based on each app virtual machine. Remember, Qubes is a secure container-based system that is based on multiple security containers that can be deployed as virtual machines. And what we want to do is we want to specify in our template VM that any app VM that is created from our specific template VM will have a specified Docker image based on it. So we're going to make a directory called /docker. Then in that, we're going to insert a JSON file. So the JSON file is daemon.json, and each we're going to insert a JSON file that specifies each home user has its own Docker image. Then we save it. The next command is going to enable and start Docker in the template. Then we're going to add user to the Docker group. Then finally, we'll run a hello world command and see if Docker is running as intended and installed correctly. So we're going to run with sudo. And as you can see, guys, Docker is properly installed and it displays the hello from Docker, showing that it's already installed in our template virtual machine. So the next step is going to clone Robin, which is our AI-powered dark web OSINT tool that we can use on our Qubes containers and run it from Docker. So we'll run an update again to also update the repository lists. Then after that, we're going to install Tor using the command that is displayed on the screen. And we're also going to specify that we want Tor socks installed. So Tor socks acts as a wrapper to route individual commands, specifically via Tor sockets. So before installing Robin, we have to install Tor because most of the traffic that is running on this AI agent is routed through Onion sites, which can only run on Tor network. So we're going to enable Tor at boot and also start Tor. Then after that, we are going to verify current status of Tor, if it's running, before we proceed to install Robin. So Robin has the public GitHub repository, which I'll attach on my description for this video, and you can view how you can install it. So for us, you're going to use the Docker Web User Interface mode, which can be installed securely on our deployed Docker containers. So we'll first start by cloning the repository. But before we do that, we're going to check our Docker version and also confirm a Git is installed on our system before we proceed to clone the repository. So run the command git clone, specify our repository. Next, we'll navigate to Robin directory using the cd command. Then you're going to follow the provided steps from their public GitHub repository. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pull the latest Robin Docker image. But before we do that, we're going to modify our environment key file so that we can insert our API keys. So in my scenario, I'll use OpenAI API keys, but Robin supports multiple keys from different AI platforms like Olama, Anthropic, OpenRouter, and the ones listed in the env file. So over here, I'll insert my API keys. Then I'll save the file. Next, I'll create a copy of the env file to act as a backup. Then we'll proceed and pull the Robin Docker image using the docker pull command. So this specific command pulls the latest Robin Docker image from its repository. And as you can see, guys, Robin is designed to be used as an OSINT tool, but you can also use it as a security researcher or a malware researcher to investigate any known threats or any details that you might need as a security researcher from the dark web. So give it some time to pull the Docker image. Then next, we're going to run our Docker image by internal host gateway. So this will run Docker on our local host machine on a specified port 8501. So we're going to insert this command to run Docker locally on our machine. And we'll have to run it with sudo permissions. So give it some time to load Docker and run Robin. And after that, you should check your bootstrap progress. If it's set to 100%, then you're good to go in accessing Robin via your web interface. So I give it some time. Then after that, we'll navigate to our local browser and we'll specify our local hosts and the specific port, which is 8501. And there you have it, guys. You can see Robin is running on our local host machine. So remember, guys, be careful when you're using Robin. And as I said before, Robin requires a license authorization from law enforcement because most of the information that you're getting is coming from the dark web. So be cautious about it. See you guys on the next one.